Hey there, and welcome. Today we're going to put together a practical toolkit for a skill that, let's be honest, runs pretty much every part of our lives: communication. We're talking about everything from a career-making presentation to just a really important chat with someone you care about. Getting it right, well, it's everything. So let's dive in.
So, let's talk about communication. On the surface, it seems pretty simple, doesn't it? One person talks, another person listens. Easy. But if it's really that straightforward, why is it the source of so much confusion, frustration, and misunderstanding? To figure that out, we have to look at how it's supposed to work versus, well, how it actually works.
You know, if you look at the textbook model, it's this perfectly neat little loop. You've got a sender who sends a message to a receiver who then gives some feedback. Clean, simple, perfect. But we all know that's not how it works in real life, right? This neat little process is where everything gets messy. The message we think we're sending is almost never the exact one that gets received, and that gap, that's where all the problems start.
All right, so where's the first place we should look to start fixing this? You might think it's about how we talk, but actually, it's all about how we listen. Turns out, most communication breakdowns have nothing to do with the speaker. They happen because we're just not truly hearing what's being said. If you can master this one skill, it's a total game changer.
And that's where this idea of active listening comes in. This isn't just passively letting sounds hit your eardrums. Nope, this is a conscious, deliberate effort to understand, to support, and to feel a little empathy for the person who's talking. It's how you shrink that gap between the message sent and the message received. And trust me, it can radically improve your work life and your relationships.
Okay, so active listening isn't just one thing. It's actually a 5-step process. First you receive, then you understand, then you remember, then you evaluate, and only then do you respond. But here's the trap most of us fall into. We jump straight from hearing the first few words to the last step, responding. We're so busy thinking about what we're going to say next that we completely fail to actually hear the message in the first place.
To make this super practical, I've got a fantastic tool for you, the RESPECT acronym. It's your checklist for every conversation. R, remove distractions, put the phone away. E, eye contact. S, show you're listening, nod, lean in. P, pay attention to the actual words. E, empathize, try to feel what they're feeling. C, clarify. If you're not sure, ask. And T, tune in, which means let them finish before you jump in. Simple, right?
Okay, so we've got the receiving part down. Now let's flip it around and talk about sending clear messages. This is where your grammar toolkit comes into play. And don't worry, don't think of these as boring old-school rules. Think of them as the essential parts you need to build a message that people will actually understand.
At the heart of any clear message, you've really only got 3 main players. You need nouns, which are the things you're talking about. You need verbs, which are the actions. And you need adjectives to add all the important details and a little bit of color. Getting how these 3 work together is really the foundation of speaking and writing clearly. And hey, when you're writing, here's another super easy trick to remember the big capitalization rules. Just think M-I-N-T-S. M for months, I for the word I, N for names, T for titles, and S for the start of every sentence. Easy, effective, and you'll never forget it.
So we've got our building blocks, right? Our little grammar toolkit. Now it's time to actually start building something with them. We're moving from just knowing the parts to actually putting together sentences that have real punch and impact.
Every single powerful message you'll ever send boils down to 3 things. It has to be clear, concise, and accurate. Think about it. If you say, I need to come in late, what does that even mean? It's so vague. But if you say, I need an appointment at 11 a.m., boom, it's clear, it's to the point, and it's specific. That's the difference. Now here's a slightly more advanced tool for your kit, but it's incredibly powerful. Understanding active versus passive voice. Look at this. Sanjay broke the glass. Super direct. Who's the star of that sentence? Sanjay. Now, what about the glass was broken by Sanjay? See how the focus totally shifts? Now the glass is the main character. Neither is wrong, but they completely change where the emphasis goes. So here's the simple way to think about it. In active voice, your subject is the hero. They're doing the action. It's direct. It has energy. In passive voice, the subject is just kind of there, receiving the action. You might use this when you don't know who did the action, or if you really want to emphasize the thing that was acted upon. It's a strategic choice.
All right, so we know how to build a sentence. But what's the point of this sentence? What's it trying to do? Let's quickly run through the 4 fundamental types of sentences you can build to get your message across.
First up, you've got your declarative sentence. This is your bread and butter.
It just declares something. It states a fact or an opinion. It's probably the sentence you use the most.
Then you have the interrogative sentence. Simple enough, right? Its whole job is to ask a question, to get information. This is how we learn and how we start conversations.
Next is the exclamatory sentence. This one is all about feeling. It's for when you want to show excitement or surprise or frustration. It always brings the drama and ends with an exclamation mark.
And finally, we have the imperative sentence. This is the sentence that gets things done. It gives a command or makes a request. It's telling someone what to do, whether it's a firm order or just a gentle suggestion.
So you see, when you start putting all of this together, when you combine that active listening with crafting really intentional sentences, it's not just about good communication anymore. It really is like unlocking a superpower that's going to help you in literally everything you do.
Because when you get right down to it, it's all about these 4 pillars: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Every single tool we've covered today is designed to make you stronger in all 4 of these areas, which in turn improves every single interaction you have. So, I want to leave you with this. Don't try to do all of this at once, because that's just overwhelming. Just pick one thing. One small thing you heard today that clicked for you. Maybe it's using that RESPECT acronym or just trying to use the active voice more. So, what's the one communication skill you're going to put into practice starting right now?